Where were you when you found out and sent that tweet out?
I had just woken up a little bit before that. It's one of my few days I ever get to sleep in, and woke up to the news. I had been talking to Khalil the night before when I woke up. Obviously, I texted him during all that. Talked to him afterwards. Talked to him yesterday. I've been talking to him. So, that's where I was. I was at my house, and was about to eat breakfast.
Did you have any, over these last couple weeks, months, 8 months, did you ever think that he would get traded?
No, never. I don't think, completely honest, I don't think anybody did, top down here. Hey friends. I don't think anybody did. It's not what anybody wanted. I think that's clear. But it is what it is. It's part of the business. It's one of those sucky things that happen. The hardest part for me is, obviously, you lose a good football player, but he's my brother, man. That's one of my best friends. So I think that's the hardest part is I just don't get to see my friend every day. But besides that, I'm sure we'll see each other in the off season.
Had the shock worn off at all yet, Derek, or has it too soon for the locker room to really kind of digest it?
It has, because we're back to work. I think that has helped. Obviously, we had the day off that day, and so that made it harder. Because I'm sitting there just thinking about it all day. Whereas now, I got a job to do. Once we showed up and got to work, coach addressed it with the team. Said what he said. Invited anyone who needed to talk to him. Open door. He understood that a lot of us were close with him. He said, and so he was very open. Just told us everything. All those kind of things, and but once we kind of got back to work, it didn't go away because he's your buddy, but at the same time it went away because we have a game to get ready for.
You guys have talked so much over the years about that you guys were going to kind of usher in a new era of Raiders football together.
Yeah.
And now without your partner in doing that, does that make it more difficult? Like, what is that, change in that dynamic?
It's weird because, we planned everything, when we first came in, we planned the next 10 to 15 years of our life, sitting there at the same lockers. I think that's the weirdest part is that it's a little bit of a different chapter now. We both have kind of the same goals. I just don't want him to win the Super Bowl, and all those kind of things. But, I felt like when we showed up here, we wanted to change a culture and show people what it meant to work, and I think that we did that. I feel good about that. I feel like we did change the dynamic of how things are done. From the people in the locker room. I believe that 100% that we changed that. So it makes it feel a little bit better knowing that we accomplished that together. Because that was what we wanted. We wanted to show people. We wanted to make this a place where free agents wanted to come. I think we did that. We got people to show up. And obviously it wasn't just us two. It takes everybody, but our whole class. But it was just one of those things that we won't be able to win a ring together. I think that's the only thing left on our list that won't happen. But I wish him the best besides when he plays us.
Derek, what do you think about the sort of the economic reality of this sport that, and John Gruden sort of confirmed it yesterday that they couldn't accommodate both of you guys?
I think that's what makes it hard, because we all knew me, Gabe, Khalil, Jelly. We all saw it coming. We just, it's one of those things that you just hope it can work out, and we all did our best. I'll say it that way. We all did our best to make sure it could, and it just didn't work out that way. And honestly, it hurts, because we tried, we were always open. I was open with Khalil, Gabe was open with us and Khalil. We were always talking open about everything we were doing because we had plans together, So I think it just makes it tough.
Where's your concern with the locker room? And you said coach addressed it.
Yeah.
And you do have to move on, but is there any concern if you talk to other players in the locker room? What's the vibe like in there?
I talked to a lot of players immediately after it happened. I've talked to a lot of guys the next day here at the facility, all those things. And honestly, I don't have any concerns now. Obviously, when it first happened, I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna have to, talk to some guys and things like that. And to be completely honest, I had a lot of guys reach out to me before I even had to reach out to some guys and say, hey, we're good, man. It's one of those situations. It sucks. We lost our friend. We lost our brother. But, we have games to win. We got a job to do. And I think that's the mark of Mr. McKenzie and Coach Gruden bringing in the right kind of people. When things like this happen, when decisions are made and that kind of thing, we have guys in our locker room that know how to handle it as men. We don't have to, like or agree with everything. We don't get paid for that. We get paid to come in here, come together as a team, and win together. And so it's hard because we lost him, but I can promise you we're going to be ready to play.
Derek, facing a secondary week one that's obviously going to have some challenges, but two of those guys you've faced several times before. What's your preparation been like?
Oh, man, going back in my notes a lot, I've played Akeem, I've played Marcus, talked to them both. They know how I feel about them. I think they're two of the best corners in the NFL. I think they Sue, I talked to him, obviously. Aaron, we came out at the same time. I've talked to these guys. They're all great players. They got a great team, great defense, great challenge they present to us. And then Coach Phillips, calling it. I've gone against him a number of times. And, he does his stuff, man, and he's really good at it. And, it's going to be a good challenge for us. But, I can sit here and talk good things about all those guys. They know how I feel about them. They're great players.
You guys cut two quarterbacks that knew your offense, brought in one that has about a week to learn it.
Yep.
How much are you taking it upon yourself to, if it's even possible, to get AJ up to speed fully before Monday?
Well, I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to help him, that's for sure. I love AJ. We came out at the same time. We spent time together on, draft visits and at the combine and all those kind of things, right? And, we've always kind of kept in touch a little bit since then. And so when he came, he's a good friend, and so I'm here to answer and help. But I think, that's the coach's responsibility to get him caught up, because there's so much demanded on me to make sure I'm running the offense and doing what Coach Gruden needs. But at the same time, I am 100% open to whatever AJ needs to help him. He's here to, compete with me every single day. That's what we did with Connor and EJ. We compete every day. Beat me in the drill, throw a better pass to me, do the feet better, all those kind of things. And we'll do all those things, but at the same time, if he has any questions, any help, if he doesn't know where to go for lunch, that's what I'm here for.
With Derek as the quarterback and the guy that got the contract extended 2 years ago, the responsibility was huge on your shoulders anyway, because that's just the way the NFL is.
No
but
doubt.
does it feel almost even more so now that Khalil is not here?
No, honestly, forever, since day one, I'm so focused, and it sounds funny, but since day one, I'm so focused on, there's so much at the quarterback spot to do, right? Not just out on the field, but in the locker room, with the coaches, the extra meetings, putting plans together, making cut-ups so guys who are watching, just there's so much to do that I really have never felt the pressure of, playing alongside of him. Sometimes you hear guys say, do you feel pressure playing alongside great players? He's one of the best. He'll be one of the best to ever do it. There was never any pressure, because just being a quarterback, there's so much to handle that alone is enough, Now, with him gone, if you stand back and look at it oh man, what do you have to do now? I still have to do my job, So I don't feel any different, but I understand what you're saying.
With that in mind, just Khalil aside,
Yep.
You're taking over another new offense.
Yeah.
You got more than half of your team has turned over.
Yep.
They're asking you to do different things that you haven't done as much before in terms of more under center, get out in the move a little more. Subtle things, but things they want you to do.
That's right.
And limited time to do it. Do you feel ready? It's coming Monday night.
Oh yeah, 100% ready. Like I said, I've said this from the beginning. I knew when Coach Gruden came in, the demand. I knew the differences that it was going to be. Obviously, you see our team changing. As the quarterback, you sit there on your couch and, it keeps popping up on your phone, who's coming, who's going, all those kind of things. And you sit there and everything's against you. Everything is saying it's going to be hard. Everything is saying you can't do it, all those things. And I think it makes me even more determined and motivated. I think from the beginning, I just sat there and was like, no, when we go out there, man, I want to look like Coach Gruden and I have been together for 10 years. That was my goal. And hopefully, obviously there's going to be bumps because we're new at this, but hopefully not too many, because I do feel 1,000% ready to play a game. The way that the coaches teach, the way they install, the way we walk through, the way we practice, if you could ask any of our players, if they don't feel ready to play since April, the guys that have been here, then there's something to worry about, because the way we do things, guys should be ready to play.
Couple more guys. As you might imagine, the Bears, having just acquired Khalil, one of the best players in the league, their expectations for this season naturally go up. It's higher now because of what he brings. How do you keep the presentation or the expectations here, having lost Khalil? I know he's been here this offseason, having knowing he's not coming back. How do you keep expectations from being any lower inside this building?
You know, I think it started back in April, like when he wasn't here. You know, and I think any coach, no matter what, you know, says, hey, we're going to coach the guys that are here. And so the mindset was we were doing all this work with the guys that were here, just saying, all right, we got a job to do. We have goals and plans and things we want to do, and we're going to go forward with that. And so, obviously, when he got traded, it was a punch to the stomach because he's your friend. But all the work that we've put in and all the time, the reps that guys have gotten, you sit there and think, well, man, we've put the work in. So let's go. It's time to play. So my expectation never changes. I don't care, if I'm out there, with my two sons, 5 and 2 years old, playing receiver. I expect us to be excellent. I expect them to know what to do, and I expect us to do it. And thankfully, we have a really talented group and team of not only players but coaches as well. So it's going to be good.
You only got 4 seasons with Khalil together, but do you expect this to be a lifetime relationship that, come next year, and I'm not even aware, but the Bears are on the schedule, just being friendly and just something that will continue throughout your playing careers and beyond?
Oh, absolutely. We said things to each other in text, just this past couple of days that I can promise you it's a lifelong thing. We're here for each other no matter what. I'm still going to dunk on him when he comes back to my house in the off season, so he can expect that. But no, there's no ill will. I look forward to someday, that day when we play each other. That'll probably be one of the most fun times for me. And you think I'm crazy for saying that, but it'll be fun.